Let's start this thing.
I like that song. One of the best things Chris has done for me, and he has done a lot of good things for me. Ada, we got a few things popping in. Hello there. And so we've got a posture check, an hydrate, coffee will do, and a stretch. Oh. Okay. Back from the ad. GG's on getting to the first bit of the Carlo event. You know what? I'll reciprocate. Let's show you this. Actually, let's go here. If I pop into the journey guide, we've got Hondo here. Let's do tier 6 of his event. So, yes, Starkiller base, cold place, bad energy, even worse company. And yes, I was there when young Grey and that very enthusiastic ex-stormtrooper confronted the ever-brooding Kylo Ren. He'd just murdered his own father, you know. Terrible family dynamic. Poor Chewbacca, absolutely devastated. And who was there to help hold it all together? Me, that's who. Now, I don't like to take credit where it's not due, but thankfully it is. If I hadn't been there on that base offering timely distraction, a bit of tactical brilliance, and possibly detonating something by accident, who knows if those two would have survived. So in a way, you have me to thank for the state of the galaxy. You're welcome. Alright, fight Kylo Ren to escape Starkiller base. Pirate King, Hondo and Akka will start this battle with 75% ultimate charge. Scav Ray and Finn gain the pirate tag for this battle. Ooh, that's actually quite nice. Victory will be achieved when Kylo Ren reaches 1% health, and Scav Ray will have appearances ult for the battle. Alright, let's go for it. Are we talking like in the back of like Maz's cantina or something? Alright, can I move my cam again? There we go. So there I am, blizzards, blasters, a Wookiee howling in grief, and these two youngsters want to storm the base. I just came to steal a shuttle. They get the credit, I get the carbon scoring. Typical. Save the day, dodge the explosions, no statue. Right. Oh wow. Okay, I've got a 6 delta on this Kylo, so I could potentially just kill him straight out with Hondo, but let's have a bit of fun with it, I guess. What would be the best GL Kylo clearing all nodes? It changed node to node. Honestly, if I remember right, I mean, for the record, I have got videos on it, but what I think I remember was it's something like Crew, Hooks, Kylo Ren, like OG. I feel like I used... Yeah, I used Red Trooper and First Order Officer, I think. Been a while since I've done it, so I would have to check that. Alright, I'll give them their due, right? With spaghetti coding and all that kind of stuff, I'll give them their due for going all the way back and altering that cutscene. That probably was a bit more effort than they wanted. So I will give CG their due. You know, we've obviously seen the last 24 hours alone that they can make mistakes, right? I don't believe in hammering them home for it, but equally, like yesterday, I did like to politely go on the event server and just say, yeah, this could do with addressing, you know, it shouldn't be ignored. But, yeah, give them the due, stuff like that. It's good of them to do that, even if I argue this event has been kind of a myriad of laziness in some ways. They've also shown that they put the effort in, even though it is lazy. It's such a weird concoction, but I give them the due where it's earned, you know? And you know you need clear first nodes 8 times, second 4 times, third 3 times. Yeah, the Kylo event is well, Kylo and Rey's events are probably the worst in terms of actually the monotony. I'm pretty sure I did something like this. Oh, not Phasma, sorry. There we go, Kyle. Oh, we're talking about Colosseum now. Right, so how I'd view this, we pass a turn to Kylo unmasked, even though he's masked. We stun their Finn. Also take into account Relic Delta should help winning this. Pop that up. Can we get rid of the Rey? Might be a bit early. Gain some TM. Alright, so the biggest enemy in this battle is confusion. You don't get too much of that, otherwise it gets very awkward. There we go, Rey's down. We can cleanse. We'll pass that to Kylo, even though he's nearly out of turn, and we'll stun Finn again. Or kill him. Kill him's nice. Pass to Kylo, just do that. And at this point, I wouldn't say it's impossible to lose, because you can now get in a funny weird loop where C-3PO and BB-8 become very annoying to take down, but yeah, pretty straightforward. No worries, Ada, no worries. It is. It is actually, in some situations, a bit faster. I mean, our look at it, TV's still slow, but a lot of other things are quicker. I'd always prioritized Hero Finn in that team, just because Hero Finn will start the Terminator train on their side. When do we get more free Relic 7s? I don't think they're doing more free ones. You're able to use the Era Shipment Store, which, if you've got enough of the currency, you could trade it for something. Like, this would give me a Relic 5. In a weird way, that's kind of cool for, say, Sabine, or I mean, less so Ahsoka, but you get my point. I could upgrade something if I wanted. But honestly, I don't think I'd want to waste any of that when I could just put it into a coaxial servo motor, which is for Relic 10. So yeah. I was going to say, I thought those reasons would be enough for you, Ada. Alright, let's get Grand Arena open. I am in Kyber 1 for what it's worth. Nice little boost having a 3-0 week last week. You put your last get Relic 5 to get GL Kylo. That was... Was that one of the TIE pilots? I can't remember. I know you showed me last week. Yeah, Jedi Survivor Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Very good character anyway, and fairly cheap. Okay, so we're up against KB24 today. I've seen this guild a few times of late. CG made us hate SWGOH. I mean, I find it quite an intent, if you like, from a guild to go all the way to moving every member into another guild with that name. I'm assuming this guild hasn't been around for a long time, because I've only just heard of them recently, but hey, whatever floats the boat, I guess. Alright, so summary, 13.5 mil for us, 13.6 for them, so not a lot of that amount of difference. If we look at the Zetas, they've got the lead, 391 to my 374. Omicrons, we're ahead, 80 to 76 and 62 to 57. we have a look at the mods. We're ahead on the 25 pluses, the 20 pluses, the 15 pluses. Quite a substantial amount, 123 to 58, 370 to 234. A little bit ahead on the 15s, to 569 to 516. We've got good offense-defense mods. They've got one relic 10. I don't. I'm holding mine. Relic 9s, they are ahead of me as well, 34 to 22. They're ahead on 8s, 27 to 21. I've got more 7s, they've got some more 6s, yada yada. More rerolls on Datacrons, which is interesting. Maybe less said on that topic, the better. They've got a Relic 10 Lord Vader, so that is quite scary, actually. Only because, you know, dealing with a Relic 10 is something. I don't think I got 6 Zetas on Hondo before lock-in, so still a 5 Zeta Hondo. But nothing notable missing. Alright. Let's see what we're dealing with. Yeah, you have to do them all manually. No, it doesn't become autoable. As far as game design, it was not the most well thought out. Well, arguably. I suppose CG's argument is that they don't want you to auto GL events. Because, you know, kind of beats the point of them a bit. Oh yeah, tier 3 is equal parts torture and monotony. That's why I say Kylo and Rey's events, they are... Yeah, they are something. Proving Grounds, yeah, you get to sim after the first full 3 stars there, yeah. Yeah, I did it, but it's tedious. Yeah, if you don't mind tedious stuff, then fair enough. Alright, we've got Ahsoka, Barriss, Huyang. Okay, that's a choice. Great Mothers. Darth Revan Zalbar mission, which immediately kills a character, so that's something. If I'm right, Gungans can take that out. Caloran Bet Temple Guard and Jocasta. Kylo Ren Unmasked, Dre and First Order TIE Pilot. That is First Order TIE Pilot, isn't it? I think it is. Alright, South Wall, we've got Rey, Ben, Ezra. No surprises there. It was going to be Ezra if it wasn't with Ahsoka. Jabba. Tank Reviver's that? No, just... Alright, a bit of a random 6. Queenie, fair enough. Iden. Alright, yep, Iden. And Hondo. It is a good level 6 for the pirates, but Nest level 9 kind of drops it a bit. Okay, I think as far as the first round in Kyber 1, this one's actually quite nice. You know, it's not too frightening. See the back wall, maybe I'll change my mind. So, we go overkill here. We slacker it. We don't take chances. I'm going to say, we do not negotiate with pirates, we just slacker them. The thing is, if you're working on Slacker, or GL Kylo, whatever you want to call him, you probably don't need too much more from there in terms of, you will have something that should be able to at least win the battle, even if you don't 3-star. And the reason I'm saying it like that as a priority, I would prioritize something that will at least win the battles. Because as much as you don't want to be doing the event every time, you're getting the shards still. And by getting the shards, you can then focus on other things. And those things probably will help you get the 3 stars. So, do you see what I mean? I would not focus on 3-starring as like the primary objective. I'd consider it like a second or even tertiary objective to what you're doing elsewhere. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't prioritize Padme in that sense. if we're talking about Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Cal is good with JML. If you, I mean, I know you're like the definition of casual in the game. So if you wanted to put a lead army on him in TB, he can lead any light side team pretty much, but even a mixed team. He's got like this one weird TB lead where he'll just do things. I can't explain it. It's like he starts the battle by giving out frenzy, I think, and it's a load of weird things, but yeah. Yeah, so it's probably not worth it for you, but that is one thing you would be okay at. If you haven't got JML, he could work with Raven. Raven lead, he'd do fine. In fact, he's done good things with Raven for me. Then Knight Luke, if you've got Knight Luke, I can't remember. Yeah, essentially any of the Jedi he does great with. The others would lead. Cal's lead without TB is not good. Yeah, it's not to say that Padme can't do those events. It's just that as a team, she's not the one to invest in heavily for that sole reason. You know, you probably get better working on other teams that will build up other aspects of your roster, and they'll also do that. You know what I mean? Arguably, Bastila could go now. She's okay, but just thinking about what I'd want from a Revan team if I hadn't got other things. Mace is a decent tank in a Revan team, like normal Mace Windu. And Hoda is probably better in that team as well, because you got Eels. Yeah, she'd be alright for like a cleanup in that sort of lower divisions in GAC, I guess. If I remember right, because I have not played too much of KOTOR, like maybe the first couple hours, you determine what Revan is. So Revan can be male, female, any gender. So, you know, that's how I assume that is. Yeah, Commander Ahsoka, I can understand if you want to do it on Sim, but for me the priority would always be just make sure you can win the battle and get the shards. Because the battle itself only takes a couple of minutes, and I know it's not popular, but sometimes playing the game isn't a bad thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love when I can sim things, but equally there are times when I'm like, I've got nothing to do today. So it's that little line of don't knock when you can play it. I'm going to bite my words there, I'm sure. All right, let me have a think on these. So, Jabba, we've got Queenie down here somewhere. There she is. By the way, I really can't wait for IG90 to be available for me properly so that I can actually use IG90 in a 5v5. That'll be wonderful. Rey. I really want to say Leia for Rey, but I am frightened in case. Lord Vader's at the back. That isn't turn meter. Let me check the speed on the Azra. Yeah, they're all worth going for sure. Gas is a great character even now. I think he got olds for me last week. Alright, Ezra's not in the top 10. 312, so we should outspeed it with Great Mothers. Ooh, saying that though, that isn't what the problem is. So I should just be able to Great Mothers this, or even Bo-Katan Mandalore it. Maybe we do that. Ooh, okay. You ever have doubt? Caloran, I want Malgus. Malgus just makes a bit of sense there. We'll do the strong Malgus comp as well. Okay. I mean, B1... B1's probably... See, oh god, this... Some of these characters, you see, I don't use too much now. Back when droids were a more meta team, you kind of wanted B1 to be fast. And you wanted... Droid was never really a thing other than the gas event. Yeah, it's hard to recommend. I'd say probably still pretty fast. Oh, Yoda and Chewbacca? Yeah, that's an interesting choice for a Wookiee. I'm curious how it's going to play in live, but we've got Coliseum for now. Dress, were you talking about Asajj, lady with version Cal? I was talking to Ada about that before. Yes, cross wires. My bad. Alright, Gungans. You know what? As much as I would like to not do it, I feel like I need to actually classify this properly. So 1, 2, 3 as a secondary Gungan team, because it is an actual team I would use. It's an interesting nickname. Night Sisters do have value, even the OG ones. I'm tempted to throw Raver at that. Let me bin that one, because that's only a temporary squad, if you like. Let's put the proper Raver team in. Oh. Where's Raver? Oh, it picked them, doy. Save squad. Come on. Thank you. Oh yeah, definitely. The Great Mothers team, like this one year or a version of it, these two have elevated the faction, but the original team has dropped in value for sure. If anything, it's part of the reason I think Kit retired. I think he saw that Night Sisters were changing how they play, and he was like, nope, nope, I'm done. They're killing my favourites. I will say part of the reason. I know it wasn't the full. This Kylo team is annoying. I wouldn't actually mind throwing Kenobi at it. Pent in the back wall. Touch overkill, but I don't mind it. So you're talking about like convert it? You can't. If you've got something you can use it on, you have to use it on something. You can't just exchange it. It's like myself, I've got nothing to upgrade at times, so it just lets me convert it, but that's the only thing. I've got no other option. That actually might be a solid choice. Like, if Tarkin's at the back, we'll have to rethink what we do with Tarkin, but I think that could be just a solid use this and it's kind of done thing. Yeah. Where's Traya on my list? There we go. And then Rey, tentatively again, I'm going to put Leia. Now, that's all that seems sort of penciled in, but I want to do one more bit of courtesy research. You don't have Padme? Wow. I'm surprised at that. You know, I just thought that'd been one of the things you would have got before, like, stepping away as you did. I would say no. Only because I've found this since I moved to my guild here. TW Omicrons really have value when an entire guild has the Omicron. So like, I've done both of mine on the Great Mothers, but it's because I know I've got 49 other members most likely who've got it. So it means that an entire wall in TW is going to be using it. Whereas if it's just one or two, they can cause problems and they can trip people up, but yeah, I've been with Commandos of the Grey for probably 4 months, give or take. No, it isn't. Yeah, it's in a separate alliance. Good to know that that would have worked. No, it was all amicable. It was, I just needed a change, and I got a very good offer from these, so it was one of those you just don't say no to. That's annoying. This guy did not go through the back wall, which is what I'm after. In fact, no one in this season has got to his back wall, it seems. So that is very rough for research because I cannot guess, because we're talking October time since he last got full cleared. That's actually pretty scary on my side. Alright, let's think about this another way then. What have I got left? If all these counters here work, what have I got left? I've got Seer, I've got C Bane, or Bane and C for something. Great Mothers, JML, Jabba. It's a fair amount. So the question I'm asking myself, because this is kind of where my head is going, if Lord Vader's at the back, what do we do? And my answer is not straightforward, but I think we'd try C Bane, because I did hear Luke last time saying that is a counter that has worked. Or maybe we even just do Bane something. Yeah, I'm not feeling confident about that, but it would be an option. I'd probably trust something in them lines more than Bo-Katan. I know I've spent a long time thinking this through. People probably want me to just get into battles, but I think sometimes it's worth just pausing and actually thinking. So, the first battle on this wall is going to be very straightforward, in terms of at least choosing crons. First order, and it's the one with the good text. I had seen it, T-Max. I'm a little bit broke on episode currency, so I've held back from it, but definitely worth it if you can afford it. I had a good offer from the guild I'm in right now. It was essentially a big step up, and considering other factors like, you know, like what would be asked of me, it was a no-brainer. So, yeah. Nothing to do with where I was. The guild I was in actually did disband after, but yeah, that was just a sad thing to follow. There we go. Alright, let's go. Also, no Ondo Omicron. That could help. Darkrai is Proving Grounds. So yeah, hard to get. I've said for a while, I feel like they need to revamp Proving Grounds, come up with a better solution for it, because it feels very anti-new player. I get the idea of wanting to incentivize Conquest, like, oh, do Conquest, otherwise you have to do Proving Grounds, but I feel like they need to find a better middle ground for it. And again, the past day or so, we've seen that they've actually done some very anti-spender, pro-free-to-play things, so I am not knocking CG's efforts at the moment, but it's just one of those things where it's like, that would actually probably bring people in if Proving Grounds and the like weren't so horrible. Because we're talking time sync, and people might not be able to do Conquest sometimes, so the idea that there's a slower but not torturously slow way of getting the characters might get them back on board. I always go back to a conversation I had. Someone popped in my chat, and they were like, oh, I love that Boboba, or, you know, whatever he called him. And I was like, oh, that's cool, you know, and he's like, how do I get him? How do I get him? And I said, oh, well, you've got to do Proving Grounds. And you explain what that is, and even though I don't think I ever spoke to this guy again, because you instantly get this vibe that he would have wailed on it. You know, he was saying, I will spend whatever money I have to get the character. But when I say that it's essentially gated by what characters you've got and how much time you can pump into Proving Grounds, it turns someone off instantly. So it's one of those where it's just like, they need to find a solution for it, because it's... I would argue they lost money that day, you know, and it might not be consistent money, but it's still something where it's like, if you've shut down an avenue like that, you know, you're not making money, are you? In that one avenue anyway, so why not at least explore options to open it? I would say a lot of the GLs were successful. I don't know exactly which ones, because again, I haven't really done Proving Grounds a lot. I've only done one or two because my free-to-play didn't get them the first time. But I'd say for the last 18 months to 2 years, my main account's been on the boil with Conquest units. So, yeah, I can't really say exactly, but I would imagine most of them are fairly straightforward. I know the Interceptor one was a bit rough, but I've not heard anyone saying others have been pretty bad. Yeah, I remember something, there was a weird concoction with the Interceptor one where it was like, try gas and do something with Kenobi. I don't know, it was a very odd one, but that's the thing, there are people out there who work these things out and try and get 3 stars for people. And the more teams that come into the game, the more solutions there can be. Not really specific order, because it's more just a case of people have said this works, you know, like they've gone through them, they've said, all right, I've tried this team, I've tried this team, I've tried this team. People just keep contributing teams that work, and that's essentially it. You know, it's not like there's an order that you should work on teams. But your Phoenix were very high relic. Alright, what are we going to throw at this? Maybe that? Okay. Yeah, someone's done good marking all these out. I mean, if anything, I'd just call these pretty helpful. I think the reason why I'd say that Padme's on there is because it's an early team that people get, and it's relatively accessible. It's not that it's the best team to do it. That's the way I'd be looking at it. Like, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, Ada. I mean, I'm just looking here, for instance. These are all like non-GLs. Are you able to actually filter? I've never used Trello, or at least effectively used Trello. I mean, to a degree, it feels like some of these are just people goofing around, just seeing what works. Like, someone's just thrown Gungans at Ezra. It's like, okay, cool. Gungans can do it. But anyone wanting it would probably, you know, not want to be using Gungans. Interesting. But yeah, I would honestly not hyper-focus on Padme. She's good, and you do need to take her high for, like, requirements. Like, Padme for Lord Vader is a Relic 8 requirement. Ahsoka Snips and Commander Ahsoka Tano are Relic 9 requirements for Galactic Legend Ahsoka. General Kenobi's a Relic 9 requirement for Hondo. I'm trying to think of the other one would be Anakin. He was a Relic 7 requirement for Lord Vader, I think. Or, oh no, for Sith Eternal Emperor. So, you know, there are all these reasons you can take them up because they will benefit you later on, but I wouldn't hyper focus on it. If you're working on Slacker and you know you're on that event, the next one I'd be working on is Rey. I mean, just look here, right? Obviously this guy's got Ezra Exile, which is a conquest unit, so obviously it's a trickier comp, and Ben, another conquest unit. But Rey in herself is still a very difficult team to handle. I mean, the guild I'm in currently, they're really recommending people focus on the Reys, you know, because Rey is such an important GL. You know, and I'm thinking, all right, I might need to bump mine up a bit. So, you know, and also just take into account, Leia, a newer GL, I'm burning against Rey, despite being one of the first two. So, you know, she's definitely worth going for. I mean, at your stage of the game, Rey would be your defensive GL, and Kylo would be your offensive GL. So, If I remember right, both the Rays needed Relic 7. Although, for Hondo, down the line, Scav Ray needs 8. So, not relevant to your topic, but still, it's just... there is another thing, you know. Oh, I didn't put a team down for Queenie. I missed that. I've heard the Great Mothers can do it, but I really don't like the idea of that. Ooh. Yeah, Ray's always got this viability about her. She's evergreen because she always has Datacrons that support a Salva or a fellow team members. So, definitely worth considering. Alright, that Datacron screwed me turn order a bit. Although it gave me a fairly good start. Can I stun, please? Nope. That would have been a bit too helpful. Ooh. Oh, crap. I think that Datacron I picked screwed me there. Yeah. Crap. Right. I'm going to have to try to see a Malicos here, and that is not ideal. What's got the best armor pen on this lot? Kylo, have at it. No, Ezra's not a GL. He's a Conquest unit. Arguably, he's more powerful than the Conquest unit he was meant to be paired with in Ahsoka. It's a bit of a laughing stock, really, how he's still how he is. But then we've got the Stranger coming soon, and it feels like it's going to become even worse. Right, let's just throw rocks. 2 DIs. We can't get an assist on Ezra, so we'll just do that for now. Can we get a kill? Nope, DI though. God, I hate these. Okay, so Ezra goes... Ugh. Ugh. Exiled. Shield up. Ooh, ooh. Go on, we'll do that. 23 stacks. Alright, bend down, Ezra down. Bend down, Ray down. Can we get a kill? No. Ugh. Ugh. Die. Thank you. 33. I'm going to tell you guys something. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I might as well, right? I've got a little thing on at the moment. It's like a thing to monitor my heart. It's only for 24 hours. It's like an ECG thing, I think. And essentially, whenever I think my heart rate's or me breathing's got a little bit funny, I have to press a button. And yeah, I just thought to myself, it monitors passively as well as actively, so it doesn't just monitor when I press the button, it monitors all the time. And it's one of those where I'm like, I really hope that I don't get asked what was going on at this time, because that would just feel awkward that my blood pressure or something is going up while doing this. Yeah, not a great state for my gaming life, that. Alright. But yeah, all is well in general, just very weird. We'll go for that. I can ignore taunt, can't I, for this bit? I hope I get this one right. It's the trouble when I don't know counters that well. Can that be evaded? No, it can, yeah. That was a waste. Alright, let's try again. Cool, okay. That is fine. Ooh, okay. Let's not lose anyone. Oh, bye-bye, Queenie. Is there anything that dispels debuffs? That could be a kill. Oh, or not. Hey, we got it. Oh, we got the... We got something. I got excited. Sue me. There we go. 145k. 57. Alright. Considering I didn't know exactly what I was doing there in terms of turn order, etc., I'm happy how that went. Alright. After beating them, let's use them. That one is really annoying. Let's stack that on. Might have to try and redeploy some of them to defense because they're kind of annoying having them. Although it could be that I'm just getting into awkward spots with them. We got crit damage but not advantage, so I'm just going to do that. Alright, go on. Hey, she's down. What is the 3 relic delta? It's dealing 33% more damage and taking 25% less. Okay. Considering Chrysanthemum can be an annoying little tank, that's kind of a nice benefit. Yeah, so he's back, fair enough. We'll just take him down again. Alright, 57. There are certain teams I don't get why you put them on defense, and Queen's one of them. I know that I was questioning what to do with Great Mothers, but Queen is such a great offensive team. It's like, why would you waste it on defense? It's where a bit of me is really hoping that Lord Vader isn't at the back, because it would then make me think they're probably taking things on offense, you know. Alright, Rexcron. For the record, this is probably overkill, but I just wanted to play it safe. Alright, so she did come back. It's good to know. Yeah. Bye-bye now. Alright, very clean win. 57. I am annoyed that Ray got the hold it did, but otherwise that is fine. Let's just save our progress. And let's just do this. I don't know if you're still there, Ada, but one thing I just want to point out. I saw in you posted the Mon Mothma battle against Kylo. I did have a little comparison in mind when I saw it. It reminded me of seeing someone drowning in a lake and thinking the best thing to take in was a fire extinguisher. It's like that idea of you don't take Mon Mothma to beat Kylo, is my point. You know, it's like, don't blame the tool. Well, you weren't meant, no, it's just, you know, it is a thing. Feel free to ask. So I was right about Lord Vader. They've got a relic 10. No wonder they're going to put it on the bat wall. I've had to use Seer, so that's not an option. So we are going to have to give Bane a go. That's got an 86% win rate. I think we give it a little go. As far as Datacrons, that was 57, but I didn't log that I used that cron. For this, I do need a decent cron. Health, really. Okay, that'll be fine. Tarkin is a bit of a bummer. I didn't really want to face Tarkin. I could probably do that if the speeds line up. If I hadn't had to use Sion Lord Vader, I would have preferred to use Sion Mace. Maybe we use Jabba on Mace. Saw. I'm wondering if for Saw we could do a mirror. Ooh, that does not sound fun. And Tuscans... Ooh, again, that's not looking fun. Ideally, I'd want a permakill. Maybe we could switch some things around. Go on, I'll do JML, but gives me the EBs. All right, we got the counters lined up. Yeah, this does have me worried. It's only one drop so far, but I've got a load of battles here I don't fancy. Yeah, I feel like I'm making the right call in a weird way, but man, oh man. I could do a check in speeds, actually. I assume Kyle will go first. 247. Mine's quicker, so I should go first in the mirror. Again, just a battle I've never thought I would be doing. Alright. I've got to give this a whirl, because if it doesn't work, I've got to find a clean-up. Which is not a thought I want to entertain, really. We're going to go for that for the health. Yeah, this frightens me. Let's see if we can get Apo down as a priority. I can only target these two, so I might as well aim at them. Oh, good counterattack. Days. Not fun. Alright, we've got our ult. Just stand strong, Bane. I don't think there's anything there stopping me from healing. Okay, now I'm going ult. Alright, light them two up if we can. We've got one of them. Alright, can I just kill? No. Too squishy. Shock at least. Ugh. Get Love Vader this time, I guess. Ugh. Come on, Bane. Hang in here, pal. Alright, we've got Apo. Cleanups are possible. If not easy, they're possible. Oh, wow, they're really going for Bane. Hang in there, Bane. Suck. Alright, we're back to good health. That's it. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, Linky Dink. Instant defeat immunity, yep. So I won't be able to insta-kill CX2, but I should at least be able to... Oh, okay, well, that's fine. You do you. Oh, that was funny. Nothing like some good timing. Alright, getting in the counters. Ugh. Come on, Bane. Oh, beautiful Bane. Beautiful. I might as well use that special in a second. I was holding on, and it's not worth holding on for. I mean, full auto now. I might as well just try my damnedest to get him down. For what it's worth, see, you really have earned an extra relic here. Minimum. Yeah. If I can't apply it anytime soon, I'm going to feel guilty for it, see, because you earned that. Alright. 56 was that? Oh, wrong team anyway. Alright, let's do a speed check on this Tarkin team. What we're looking at. 273. 295. We should outspeed them. Yeah, 350. We're outspeeding. Go on, we'll apply about a bit of crit damage. Why not? Nothing too crazy. Okay. Hello, plane. How you doing? Plus 30, right. Plus 30 takes that up to 325. So where the hell did that turn come from? It's going alright. I'm just confused here. Let's have a look. I mean, surely it's not that. Whenever an enemy evades or resists a debuff, they don't apply anything at the start of battle. Okay, Scorch could apply the dots. Is it? Let me just look at that. Scorch, where are you? Okay, so he still applied the dots. But it can't be evaded or resisted. So they shouldn't have gained turn meter. Hang on, I know this is awkward, but I need to rewatch that, just in terms of trying to slow that bit of the battle down. I'm kind of annoyed here, because I felt like I'd done my due diligence. Can I go, like, super slow-mo? Because we got dots at the start of battle. But I just don't know what gave him that first turn. Unless the game is trying to make an argument that even though the dots apply, they can be well, they can't be evaded or resisted. That's the issue. No, the speed didn't line up. My Mara was 350, I think we saw. Let me just double check that. Yeah, my Mara's 350. Yeah, Tarkin gives speed, but he was giving speed to Disguised Clone Trooper. And just to clarify, here we go. The lead gives 30. And Disguised Clone Trooper at base is 295, so that's 325 speed. So my Mara is still 25 ahead after the lead. The Omicron on Tarkin, I did not see a single word about speed in that. At the start of the encounter, all allied Darkside Clone Trooper support stealth for 2 turns, Darkside Clone Trooper tanks gain protection up for 2 turns, and Scorch gains 5 stacks of Bulwark. Alright? Bulwark's just tankiness. Whenever a Darkside Clone Trooper ally uses a special ability, Tarkin assists, which is what happened. Disguised Clone Trooper used the special, Tarkin and Scorch assisted and killed Mara. Whenever an enemy evades or resists a debuff from a Darkside Clone Trooper ally, Tarkin gains 5% turn meter removed, recovers 10% health. Nothing about Disguised Clone Trooper there, or a Clone Trooper. But even then, like, there was no debuffs on the board, so it's not like I was resisting anything. He is support. I mean, that is actually a decent level 3 if they take a turn, but they shouldn't have taken a turn. And none of this, to me, is saying anything about turn meter or speed. I'm absolutely flummoxed here. What's caused it? No, I checked the speed, but like if you watch the playback, I checked the speed in GAC. I've honestly got no idea here. It just feels a bit like I've got gypped, you know. Rogue One's on defense. I was actually thinking maybe we could use the Remnants. I have not used them pretty much at all. They've got 2 Delta against them, but maybe start with protection up helps. Scorch, right. Right, now that makes sense. So essentially, at the start of the battle, when he gains Taunt, he gains 10%. All clone troop allies gain 10% turn meter. So that 10% is 325 times what? 1.1? Yeah, which just takes me over Mara's speed. Yeah, that is annoying. Like, just one little bit. I mean, thank you for looking for that, because that at least answers my question, but that is an annoying little clause, if you like. But yeah, I'm going to give this a go, see how it plans out, because if anything, it's not a team I'm going to miss, if I am wrong. Let's call the assist. Alright, Enoch, whenever you're ready. Okay. Right, we can cleanse at least. Ooh, okay, that looked a bit scary for Enoch then. Yeah, I think we'll lose Enoch in a moment. Yeah. Just a little bit scary because I feel like Enoch keeps us ticking over. Okay, revive. So maybe not. Maybe this isn't the counter. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to plan C. For what it's worth, this is probably enough to verify we're getting out of it. We're going back to Kyber 2. Yeah, gas is on defense as well. I've got Malgus lined up here, so I can't really spare anyone there. At most Revan, but I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I haven't got much left after that. Yeah, I need that for Caloran back, though. It's where it gets tricky. You have to kind of manage all your other counters as well. I know Revan has viability here. I just can't remember the bleeding comp that does it. We've used Sith Eternal. Attacking lead. Lucan. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong bleeding one. Try again. Hoder and Cal. Alright, let's give this a go. Yeah, let's go with that one. To say I'm winging this would be an understatement. Oh, wow! So much for that. Yep. I'm wondering if I can move something for the Kylo. Yeah, win rates are down at this point. I am thinking maybe try that, and then we take Revan out of here. If we go attacking lead Malgus. Add unit Bastila. And then add unit Malak. 96%. That'll do me. Alright, so let's just take you out, put you in. That means we can then remove these three. They can deal with Tarkin. And then yeah, there we go. Yeah, Revan with OR. Let's actually see how that goes first of all before we commit to it. No, it's a choice. I need a Cron of some sort. See, I don't really want burn the attacker Cron, but it's probably worth it. The Omicron kills mission, but then Zalbar counts as a dark side unit. Ooh, okay, come on. There we go. 53, okay. Let me just put the Cron in I used. If I can find it. I must have put it in for something else, oh well. 53, I think that was, wasn't it? Yeah, you lose banners because you effectively sacrifice mission at the start of the battle, so it's not an effective team for being clean, but it will get wins in certain situations. But equally, my opponent set it on defense, and yeah, they're dropping banners straight away if you like. It's part of Zalbar's Omicron. At the start of the battle, Mission dies. But that's why he gets, like, the Sith Empire tag. It then means that Darth Revan and Zalbar have got guard. So, essentially, they'll assist one another. You can't crit them. It's just a way of making Revan better. It's only 3v3 it works, but it's nice. In 5s, Zalbar's Omicron works with a full Old Republic team. Alright, pass that there. I need to keep Tarkin quiet, really. But the trouble is, Scorch assisting means I can't do that consistently. Oh, that was a bit delayed. Also, adding the fact that Relic Delta is probably going to start affecting this. That's another little caveat. Yeah, that's a cleanse. Really got to be careful because he's at 6 stacks of that potency. Exactly, yeah. Ooh, don't like doing that. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Whew. Die. Alright, we're stuck on Scorch for a minute, so I'm just going to hold the ult. I'll call it the ult, you know what I mean, the leap. Go on. Yeah, it's like I say, it's a very niche Omicron in the sense that there are times when it'll be really useful, and then there are times when you just don't use it. But when you want it, it's kind of nice having it. If you'd ask me, would I rather have used that Omicron on something else? Probably, but I don't regret having it either. Alright, that was a lot of damage. Hopefully we've got enough time now to get Scorch out again. There he goes. 27, that was absolutely atrocious. Alright, let's get this one out of the way as well. I feel like I want to say that for half of these now. Let's just get this out of the way. Let's do that. Make sure we get a turn meter bump just on the off chance they're thinking something. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the maddest of them all? Go on, we'll throw some explosive traps down. I was going to say he's coming back. Lovely. Alright, bring him back. Alright, I stand by my comment. Not a battle I would recommend, but it got us 54. I will take it. Jabba and JML. I think I'll come back to these. It's funny how I jump into Kaiba 1 and suddenly I feel stressed. Oh, nice one. Can't say. Always nice getting a present. I got one the other day and I was like, oh, what's this? And I had a text off a friend saying, oh yeah, has it arrived? Alright, let's do that. I would like to get Barris out because I know that Barris does funky things. She revives, of course she does. Hoodoo. Cheeky ones can be fun. I feel like I could have had that one myself for years. If you wouldn't mind, please. Cheers. Let's do that with... Try and get Bo in the game again. Nope. I'm going to say Bam decides to assist, because of course he does. I mean, I can full auto here, arguably. It's just irritating. This is what I didn't get with that last night, and I'm sure I feel like I'm regurgitating what others have said, but why did they decide to dust levels of the crons? It made no sense. Surely just change the text and say, oh yeah, we're doing this. We know some of you might not be happy about it, so we'll just give you some extra materials to compensate. You know, they didn't need to dust them, let alone... I mean, I haven't actually said this, but the actual compensation they're offering is absolutely crazy in the grand scheme. It's like, why the hell they're doing that, I don't know. Yeah, so when Datacrons expire, it's called dusting, because they go away, but you get some stuff for them. And what they did yesterday, I'd got all those Datacrons you've been seeing me use today, pretty much. They were all varying levels there. In fact, it looks like I've lost a couple. But yeah, for some reason, they reset them all down to level 5, which I don't know why. They were in the post, they said they were only going to do it to the attacker crons, which is the ones they were trying to fix. But for some reason, they did it to all of them. Again, it looks like I've lost data crons somehow. And yeah, I'm like, why did you do all this? I mean, again, they've said they're going to fix it. They're going to revert back to where everything was yesterday. So don't touch anything. And they're even going to compensate us by giving us extra crons for what you... Essentially, if you had 2 attacker data crons, you're going to get 2 level 0 data crons plus a bonus one. So 3 total. It's X plus 1 for if you want to go into algebra. So, yeah, it's good compensation, but it's not just that, it's the rerolls they're offering. I mean, they're going to turn... like, re-rolling that into costing 1k, which is absolutely mental. You're going to be able to re-roll these Datacrons to the best possible stats. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's like the kind of privilege Wales for, but I've just never heard them do anything like this. And I can't help but think, I know you messed up, and I actually respect the fact that you've come out and tried to correct it, but man, I can't help but, with tongue-in-cheek, say it's a bit of an overcorrection. I don't think anyone was saying you need to go that far. At least in all seriousness. Yeah, interesting is probably the only word I could use to sum it. I mean, yeah, just pretty mental. Was I blind or did I just evade that? Ugh, great. Can we get a taunt, please? Like, pretty please? This is why Bastila needs to be on my list of things to Rallic. Well, higher Rallic, I should say. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing. I genuinely didn't know how much people spent either. I've been hearing about it in the last 24 hours, and I actually think some of it is bats crazy. You know, for something that's so temporary, I'm amazed that even Krakens do it. But again, I'm not surprised in the sense I can believe it. It's just I'm surprised that they would. You know, but yeah, it's I can understand the logic of rolling back. I think it was the fairest thing to do, but on the flip side, it's like, wow, what a cock-up. Oof. Okay, thankfully I took a turn. I swear this Temple Guard decides to evade whenever it feels like. That's it, get taunted. Oh, balls. Okay, she didn't hit as hard as I thought she was. You have to do the leap, don't you? Not the suck. Okay. Makes me wonder if they accidentally nerfed Jocasta too much. However, none of us ever really got to the point of the saber before, so I never really noticed how bad she hit. I feel like every strategy with Jocasta is just don't let her use the rifle. Oh yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's absolutely bonkers. I mean, again, it's the kind of privilege you pay for. So, Scribe essentially said it in his video. You know, they've done a lot of things that hurt Wales recently. You know, I mean, I know that even he said it. You know, don't pity the whale kind of thing. You know, because I'm sure the kind of happy crying in the money kind of joke. But you know, I actually do respect what he was getting at, the fact that, you know, these people are the ones that actually pump the money into the game to keep it going. And for some reason, a lot of the decisions lately have been hitting them, and I know I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing at the decision CG are making to actually target them like that. You know, it's fairly mental. It honestly feels a bit like, especially with the, what do you call it, the era levels. It honestly feels like, all right, Wales will never pay for gearing, so how about we create a system that bypasses gearing? But there's literally no good incentive other than early access to do it. But the thing is, we've seen people will do Datacrons, so we know that things like that are enough of an incentive. It's just bonkers that it is. Doop doop a doop a doop doop. Yeah, I figured that. We need Purge. That's it. Get rid of some of them defensive buffs. At this point, my thought with Raver is, can we just avoid her being hit? Yeah, because she's really squishy. Well, I say really squishy. She is 1 HP squishy, but we got through. Wow. I mean, you were lucky there, Raver. I'm hoping I don't need this Crom, but I'm just trying to buff stats just to help out. I could have sworn there was something in this counter where essentially they deathmark themselves. I mean, we won, but that still felt weird. Alright, as much as I want to throw the thermals, I'm thinking let's just base it for now. Just give them foresights a chance to go away. That's okay. Right, I could have sworn it's something in that counter still mirrored Gungans. I do agree that that is what I'm thinking about, but I could have sworn there was still a Deathmark element in the Darth Revan one. Maybe I'm just imagining that. I remember when someone was explaining it to me, and I essentially went, oh, so it's like Gungan Raver then. Because I thought it was something like, if you force Deathmark on Tarpals and again, I feel like I'm just mirroring what the strat is with Gungans versus Raver, but I could have sworn there was something in there, but yeah, I'm probably just goofing. It's been a while since I've seen it or done it. I feel like for a long time Gungans were on defense in 3s. Alright, max banners. Jedi. This doesn't feel as safe as I would like it be. Just because we haven't got Cal now. It's like in an ideal world, I'd love to think TTMG with Death Trooper could do something, but I'm sure I'm coping at that. Yeah, I don't have anything I trust here, so it's going to have to be JML and just hope we got the damage to take it out. I mean, let's see how it goes. I mean, it feels bad if JML can't take out Tuskens, let's be real. It's just the juggling bit that's awkward. Yeah, I'm with you there. That should be enough. I think it's just that taking them both out at the same time, that's the issue, isn't it?
Then you know it's Christmas. Snow starts to fall. Then you know it's Christmas.
If we can get them both low, that would help.
Santa's on his way. We're standing under the mistletoe, and then it's Christmas Day. The joyful times we witness forever.
All right, Yellow. That's gonna be a kill, isn't it? Oh no. Okay. Ah, good call. Good call. There we go. It's an irritating one, you know what I mean? Like, that would have been embarrassing to time out on. Like, I'm not happy that I dropped 4 on Tarkin, let's be real, but I can kind of cope with that in the sense of, you know what? Tarkin can be funky, and Rey's Rey, you don't mind dropping that. But I would have been miffed if I've dropped on Tuskens, you know what I mean? Alright, let's see if we can at least finish off. Also, by the way, I know it hasn't been said too much, but it's been a really nice quality of life update, having ships sort of available, maxed out, if you like, straight away, rather than having to wait for 5 stars or whatever. It's a small thing, but I do appreciate it. Especially when you have to wait so long for ships now. No, I've only got 1 account now, so we're wrapping up in a min. Saying that, I feel like this one took way longer than it has been of late. It's my first round back in Kyber 1 in quite a few months. Or I think it's a few months. So, I'm not surprised about the challenge today, let's say that. I feel like my philosophy when it comes to Kyber 1 is just take the crystals while you get them, and then just hang in there as long as you can before someone eventually puts the foot on your hand. There we go. Send them away. I was debating switching up my content entirely in the new year. I didn't know if it'd be worth altering what I stream, essentially. So rather than streaming my GACs, I could then, when I stream whatever I want, but then my YouTube would have like my GAC battles sort of all in one. It's weird because there's a bit of me that likes the concept of that, but also I think today kind of shows where it is good that I do stream, because people contribute ideas that I wouldn't think of. It's a very interesting thing to ponder. Okay. Yeah, Razor Crest is taking a pounding. I mean, Harvey, if it sounds like if you've still beaten, that is brilliant. I had to just double check that I read that correctly. I mean, I honestly think some people don't really want to play GAC, so they might just go reasonably light. But I agree in the point that the matchmaking blows. There needs to be some sort of look into it. But we've been saying that for a while now. I'll say a while, it's been a couple of years. So it's been a long-standing issue, and I'm amazed that they haven't already come out and fixed it, but yeah, they come out and fix a datacron that wasn't really bothering people terribly. You know, it wasn't fun, but you know, it wasn't as bad as say Dre FDC. But yeah, they can't fix matchmaking. It's like, okay. You both all clear, but once you can use one Star Killer and Vader solos. Hey, solos are always fun in my book. I feel like I don't get enough of them nowadays. Yeah, exactly. If you can snatch those banners, it's well worth it. I mean, look at that. I got 72 there, and I'm feeling miffed at that, because ideally that'd be 75, 76, so every banner counts. Oh, not you, not you. There we go. Yeah, every banner you can get can be the difference between a win and loss, so I completely respect doing what you did. Yep, let's do that. Okay, a little bit of a heal. They bring in comeuppance and it'll die. Yeah, it's still too early for the damage as well, so we got that bonus. Cool. Well, they've still got the auto-destruct on reinforcements, so yeah, bye-bye. Thankfully, it's only Rose that's getting dramatic entrance, so she's not going to be pow-powing us. I think we recover a little bit of protection on ult, I think. And we take their ship, so we should have an ult turn ourselves where we can do that. Not all banners back, but it's a fair amount. 76, just one short. 2019, considering I've been a little harsh on myself here, saying that I feel like I haven't put in a good show offensively, I still got over 2,000, which for me is like the bare minimum now. I feel like if you don't get over 2,000, you certainly aren't winning. I don't feel like I'm in the good zone, because I feel like you need to be 20, 30 plus to be comfortably winning. But I still feel like I've done alright. You know, it's like, okay, if I lose this, it wasn't like a horrendous loss, but I know I could do better. So yeah, we'll take that. I'm annoyed at myself a little bit, because I didn't check the DC properly, or at least I didn't consider the DC properly for Leia versus Raid. That screwed me. And as soon as that goes wrong, you're scrambling to crack counters, and Tarkin, I feel like I messed up there using Treya early. Treya I used on Iden. There was probably something I could have done on Iden that would have been as clean, but would have allowed me to use Treya at the back. So I am annoyed I didn't think of that one through a bit more. But we did full clear, so it wasn't terrible. Just not as clean as I'd like. Um, 184, 387, 487. Oh, that's your ally code. Let's have a look. Oh, it decided to cop every last word. Okay. You're going for Slacker right now, then Executor, and then Gas. Oh, hang on. Okay, some solid progress here. I mean, am I wrong in thinking Lightspeed Bundle has been kicked in here? Yeah, because you've got 2 R5s that you didn't need to R5. So yeah, definitely solid progress, because you only need 2, well, 1 for Unmasked, 1 for Kylo Ren. Trying to think, Palpatine was in that lot, wasn't he, as well? Yeah, Palps is R7. Yeah. And you're going for Executor and Gas, so Bounty Hunters. Yeah, bit of work on Bulba. Try to remember who else. You've got IG as well, I think, was one, Monty and Dengar. So a little bit of work to do on them too. Cad, he was R5. Yeah, he was R5. A lot of people took him to 7 because it was helpful, but yeah, you've got Cad where he needs. So Bulba's got to go up to 8. I don't think any of these were Rex otherwise. Advanced, got your Houndstooth. Got your Xanadu. Was that an Orca requirement for that? I can't remember. Don't think it was. Ah, okay, so you're sort of future-proofing now. That makes sense. I mean, I'll have a look just for curiosity. What's this looking like for you? Okay, so you've got your solos, if you like. You've got a Hondo for do a solo. Sana, I don't know if she does a solo, but, you know, she does something. At least you're contributing a little, aren't you, whatever guild you're in. Also, this is just me, so take it with a pinch of salt, but I still find that a wild image. Not a lot of... I've not seen a lot of tunes at not 7 stars, but relics. It's such a new concept still to me, and yeah, that looks wild. I'm glad they've sorted the UI out for it, though, because it was bugging me that you wouldn't really know how far in they were, if you like. But yeah, very interesting, Harvey. Executor's definitely worth chasing, that for sure. I mean, I've also got Leviathan now, so top of the meta, that's what you pick. But even in my shard here, you get people who run Exacta. Like Kyber here. 12 mil. Has he got Leviathan? I can't remember. I haven't checked. No, he hasn't got Leviathan. He has got Profundity. But yeah, he still runs Exact because it's decent on offense. And I will vouch for him. It is a little bit awkward taking it down with Leviathan. Like, Leviathan mirrors, you can almost full auto, if not completely full auto. Whereas Leviathan Exacta, you do have to play a little bit. Or I do anyway. Yeah, we've got one prof in the shard. That's Neoda. Oh, two. I have never seen this Rebel Jedi, though. He's new. Rain Man. I didn't know he'd stop playing. There's some names you just forget, and it's like, oh. Hey, that's a fair question. What happened to that Rey Skywalker? Did I just miss the name when I was scrolling? Yeah, they've just... Unless they've changed their name, they've dropped completely off the radar. Yeah. They did DM me around the time that was, well, just after that was going on. Not M. Yeah, I think they must have deleted the Discord. Because I can't see the message I had with them. What's weird though is our shard chat's deleted as well. So I've got no way of tracking that fella. Oh well. It's very peculiar. The whole thing, you know, that I've never seen a shard chat get deleted, but I can only assume the original creator of it just said, screw it. I'm pretty sure I can't do anything here, but I figure I've got a battle, I might as well use it. Okay, Vader's deaded. I'm going to pass that to Yoda. Do the AoE. And that AoE, why not? Oh, we've got a bit higher than last time. In fact, I got 11%. 12%. Oh, that was a poo-poo choice. Well, we've got 150 Doohickeys. A little rank climbing as well. Still need another 150 of these Mark III Doohickeys. Am I alone in that, by the way? I don't really give a hoot what they are. Like, they've created this elaborate store full of them, and I'm like, eh. And also, can I this is just me picking on it a little because I've just seen it. But it's like here, it says, sale ends 54 days. Can we agree it's not a sale? Like, that is arguably a sale in terms of, you know, you're discounting 60p. Whereas that's just basically saying you go and scrap this bundle and put another one in. Again, maybe that there is a retail term for like a sale is something that is on sale, essentially. But I would argue a sale is like a discount. To me, that just irritates me because it's like, it doesn't seem right. I think these are the whale bundles.
Merry Christmas, baby.
I might be wrong.
Reindeer's coming out to play.
I remember hearing there was something that you couldn't
Santa Claus is
get
packing,
free to play, you had to whale on.
making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody.
Not bad that you get 150 of them every time.
There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December is, when the children are singing, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby.
You know, I'm going back to thinking, like, I'm saying thinking, it's more brainstorming. But it's like, you look at the era levels, and my characters are now gear 8. I mean, fair enough, that's interesting. Say you take your character to era level 75, which I believe I read is what you need for Maul. Pardon me. Let me just double check that.
Now wish upon a falling star, so are you
Oh no, it's 85, not 75, right. So 85 is Relic 2. And the max you could go to is Relic 6. The issue CG have created for themselves, if you're asking me. Say I'm like a massive crack and I can just throw money at these era levels to get to 85. You're not doing it because you want the Relic 2, or even the Relic 6. You could offer Relic 10, they wouldn't be that bothered by it, I suspect. They want it so they get the early access to Maul, like 7-star Maul. So none of that really matters. Why not just increase the acceleration of levels? I'm not so sure. I think they're testing the water there, Mol. I mean, 75 would be more palatable in the sense of... I mean, if they're saying 65 is achievable free to play, 75 is probably palatable for Dolphins. But 85, I think, is out of the question for anyone who doesn't spend hard cash. And I honestly think they want to see if people go for it. Because, as well, they're saying you can do it at 85. I don't think they've said that it's easy to do at 85. For all you know, you would need 95 to do it. Which would be another bitter pill to swallow, let's be real. Also, what would be the point of taking a character all the way to 95 or whatever if you don't need to? Like, anyone who's spending that far has got the resources in the game already, most likely, to take a character from R2 to R6, so you wouldn't invest in era levels. Unless you are literally just someone who goes here, clicks buy, and just takes it up to max without thinking. Again, I imagine there are people who would do that, so yeah. But the point is, you wouldn't need the resources because you would never need them. You know, like I say, if I could take my IG-90 to 85... sorry, not even IG-90, my Yoda and Chewie. Say I were to whale to get them all to 85. You know, there's no incentive to whale the extra 10 levels. Because you could do Relic 2 to Relic 6 with what you've got. So, you know, same as all of them. Level 30? You talking about what I'm on? As far as I know, 25 to 30 is about the average for where people should be right now. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're on course. I think I'm just a teeny weeny bit ahead, and I did put some... With Stormtrooper Luke, I did get a few of these, I think. Just essentially seeing what they were like, and the answer is no, don't waste your crystals on them. So I might have like a little edge, but it's nothing crazy. But yeah, genuinely, it just feels like they need to do a little retweak with these. I mean, it feels odd that I'm only just now playing with Gear 8 tunes. Do you know what I mean? Exactly, 1 damage. That should not be a thing in a game like this. Just nuke my good character, why don't you? Man, oh man. I mean, that, unless I'm mistaken, that just literally comes down to RNG. You know, that temple guard said, nope. Oh yeah, Colosseum sucks, for sure. I don't know. Oh, opponents started attacking. I had a feeling they might. Seems to be the way in Kaiba, or at least top end of Kaiba. Your opponent waits for you to attack and then they know what they've got to do. What's your ally code? But yeah, very peculiar place the game's in right now. I've said it before, I don't feel like... Oh yeah, that guild name has caught me. They're actually a pretty big guild. I don't know if they've always had that name or if they've changed it, but... well, I say changed it, if they've moved to another guild, moved the members there, but... Yeah, I found that funny. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get why people do it. It's just irritating, isn't it? I'm like, come on, just attack when you've got time. Don't... I mean, I say that, I attack when I've got time. But, you know, it feels like people are always waiting. It's like, come on, just go and attack. Have fun rather than just try and gamesmanship it. Right, let's get this screen on. Did occur to me I didn't do my credit test. I was going to do one of those things where I just say 4 mil or more, whatever, but honestly, I've got 100 million credits right now. It feels kind of pathetic to be doing predictions around it. And I am trying to spend everything I can on mods. I literally cannot burn my credits right now. Okay, let's see where we can raid. Yeah, to a degree, I agree with you there. I mean, the few times I've actually attacked second, I actually don't mind it because it does give you that little bit of agency to... if you see opponents have dropped a few battles, you can go, right, so if I just, you know, I've got like one battle I can afford to drop or two battles I can afford to drop. It gives you that little bit of headway in the sense of knowing what you can afford to do. But in your ballpark, I would imagine it's less about drops and more about banners dropped. And yeah, I can understand it from that point of view. That would be horrible. I mean, I just turned WatchBot on. Not because I'm like worried about banners, which I would recommend you do if you don't, but it's just good for seeing what my opponent's up to. Like, I'm really hoping they drop. If they don't, I'm stuffed. So, what I'm going to say is thank you very much for being here. I'm going to raid you into Tash. Tas. Let's get my pronunciation right. I'm going to raid you into Tas, who's currently, I think, up against Sasha. Sorry, I'm butchering that name. I really should learn how to say it. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow evening. So let's launch the raid. No worries, Ada. I am probably going... I'm back tomorrow. We'll be doing a stream Monday as well. Finish the GAC season off. And then I may do one on Tuesday to try and get ahead of the Christmas period where I'm not going to be streaming. So yeah, yeah, that's all I need to say. All right, folks, enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, bye for now, everyone.